Okay, simply, have you had a good evening?
Yeah, it's been tremendous. Always a great venue, and to win the award we've won is a real honour. We couldn't be more delighted.
Yeah, second year running. I have to say we have been shoved to pieces early on, not only for the two of us, but for the whole organization. All the work which has been done in stores and also in the buying department has been rewarded again, and I think we are more than happy and delighted.
Which means more to you, this second win or the first one?
Good question. I think the first one was a real symbolic moment in our evolution, but to win it again, and we got our senior buying team here, there was such an anticipation, are we going to win it again? Yeah, it means as much, I would say, because we've built upon a great success in the first year, and to be recognised again by our industry peers and colleagues is just a great recognition, and we couldn't be any prouder. And as Roman said, it's a great recognition for all the hard work that the business has undertaken, and we're determined to keep going. We want 3 in a row now.
I think it's worthwhile to show that it was just more than a one-off. We have the second year now, and we have good momentum this year again in 2014. All the signs are there to have a nice happy end for the second quarter and the third quarter and the fourth quarter. So we are, as Matthew said, hopeful for next year already, even though it's a bit early at the moment.
Yeah, and it strikes me that last year or early this year was the first time that the supermarkets sort of publicly acknowledged that the discounters were a threat. I'm curious to know how that made you feel.
Well, I suppose in a way we were a little surprised it took us long, but we were quite happy to be allowed to keep our heads down and get on running our business. That's what we do. That's our focus, is on our customers and our product range. And I think our growth inevitably was going to get to a stage when the pressure was building in our competition. That's clearly what's been happening. And we often look with a little surprise when our competitors talk about trying to close the gap on Aldi, and Aldi won't be undercut. To us, that's a reminder to all and sundry that we are the cheapest. That's our USP, that's what we stand for, and we're going to do everything we can to continue to make sure that's the case.
Yeah, the rhetoric certainly has changed recently, as we all are aware of, and in a way it's interesting that some competitors try to fight us on our home turf, which I wouldn't say we welcome, but if that's what it needs, then I think from our end we are more than happy and delighted to fight that battle, especially on price, because we have the same policy as we had in the past over the last 3-4 years, and that has served us well, regained the trust with the consumers. We have a very simple policy there. We won't be beaten on price, and we will continue not to be beaten on price.
The other thing I wanted to say is when you were announced as the winner, I noticed before you took the stage you had a little hug. Yeah. Clearly the relationship between the two of you is still as strong as ever.
Yeah, no, it is. We've been through an awful lot together. The last 4.5 years has been, a real roller coaster, and that's a cliche, but for us it really has been. And it's fair to say 4.5 years ago the business was not in the health it's in now, and if you would have given us a snapshot 4.5 years ago to where we are now, we would never have believed it. So we've been through a lot. It's been an incredible 4.5 years, and it has brought us very close together. We work together on everything. We don't split responsibilities. All the decisions and strategies are made between the two of us and our teams, and we're very proud, I guess, of where we are now. But I guess the appetite is so much there for more. I think we can see and look ahead and the potential opportunities in the market, and I think we're both determined to keep going.
Yeah, we mentioned that previously. We probably spend more time with each other than we spend with our wives, and therefore I think the fundamental reason for that is a good relationship. Chemistry needs to work. We have had a roller coaster, as Matthew mentioned, peaks and troughs, but if anything, that I think got us closer together, and that's what we need to make the right decisions for the business.
And can you keep it going? I mean, every year you sort of try and dampen it.
We do, but I just mentioned actually we had a good momentum this year so far. We can't really see, at least in the foreseeable future, in the next few months, that will slow down. We discussed the price war. We will maintain our price gap. So on price, I don't think the consumer will notice a difference, and therefore there shouldn't be or won't be a reason to shop somewhere else. So I think it's fair to say we are quite hopeful for the rest of the year. We'll have a big remerge coming up. We'll add more fresh lines in produce, chill, fresh meat. So more good reasons to shop with us, with new products where we won't be beaten on price, with a great value proposition and great quality. So I have to say, looking ahead for the next 12 to 18 months, I think we are more than hopeful.
Yeah, we're convinced we can keep going. We've just closed off May with the highest sales growth in a month we've seen in years. The momentum is not just there, it's continuing. And I think, customers are just, are voting with their feet. They're coming to our stores more and more, even in light of the price war that's being peddled a little bit by the media at the moment. Our competitors are fighting harder. but so are we, and our customers continue to come in greater and greater numbers, and we're convinced of the opportunity in the UK market, you know, the number of stores we can open going forward, and the opportunity for us is there, and we have such a motivated team of people in the business, such a determination, that we're absolutely convinced we can keep it going.
Yeah, those numbers just keep going up, don't they? What about store numbers? How many do you think you could open?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to open 55 this year. I think and we said that before, I believe for the foreseeable future, 60, 65 a year is not out of the question. But we're focused on the medium term. Where we can get to, let's see, you know. It's not the easiest country in the world to get sites in, and planning laws are difficult. But we've often said 1,000 stores is an absolute possibility. But we can say certainly for the foreseeable future that 60, 65 a year is very achievable, and that's our target for the medium term, and we'll see where we go from there.
That's right. On top of that, we obviously try to have a better quality store network with our current stores. So we go for extensions, try to get more car parking spaces. To a certain extent, it's fair to say, in some locations we have been victims of our own success. So we have some bottlenecks on car parking, on the number of tills, on floor space. So we try to address that at the same time while we open new stores as well. So we should have more momentum coming from the existing stores as well.